He's making on the bus stop. That's James Cross. Look at that great soldier in Berlin, rode for him. What the well-dressed man in Harlem will wear. That's another opus for big stuff. And you know who else was in that movie? Became president. Ronald Reagan. Became president. Stump, great time after life. But both of us were doing comedy and song and dance. We couldn't get there. He became president, this guy. So anyway, we moved on from there. Times are really bad. It's like the theater, like you mentioned, the theater board was going, so I had to find something to do. So the big people, the people putting on these great shows. The first rock, I'm going to brag now, the first rock and roll show ever done by Mass was 1955. Bill Haley, Fats Domino, Claudette Fada, the Teenagers, and Harold Cromer.
Yeah.
Only for this reason, I have to say it because the fellow knew that Stumpy and Stumpy were great. He knew that the artist people would have a one-hit record, guys. They didn't know how to get on the stage or get off. So you had to find somebody that had that kind of experience. And I was lucky that I had that kind of experience, and I get to good people like I've done before. So that's another opus in my life. And so like when we were on the bus, and they were talking big talk, I said, listen, if you don't know how to sing, dance, or act, when this record goes, your ass is going to go too. Because you're not an actor, you're not a triple threat, you're just one big record hit. So I walk up down on the bus when we travel, hey, this is the way you do it, you come on like that. Yeah, all voices. Then you sing, and I did my ballet dance on the bus would go like that. Where I learned my ballet from, Dubai was a lady. Betty Grable. Well, did you ever? Choreography by Bob Walton. Remember Bob Walton?
Yes.
She did a great number with Charles Walters, who later started directing movies and becoming choreography. Well, I'm going to tell you something. When they asked me what to do with Well, Did You Ever? I said, well, I know a few things. How do you learn all that stuff, Mr. Cromer? I don't know. Yes, I learned the ballet. I don't know what the movements were. Plie, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I saw them. I knew what they were. Do this, do that. Well, did you ever? Have you heard? And this is called Cross the Bridge when the bridge was up. Well, did it? All those kind of choreography. I said, what else? What do you got to do? Step forward. Hit the jazz, go over, come back. Well, this was, you know, no taps, but they were doing it. So I'm proud of that. Now, what else am I going to say? I don't know what I have to say. But I got to explain opus. Now, when Michelle Chino from Dolly Baker's was in Japan, her mother and my mother came up together. Under the circumstances I told you in Hell's Kitchen, everybody was there, we were all together. So her mother and my mother and all the other mothers all got together. And they became wonderful friends, and Dolly was one of them. So we met in Japan, and I must have this all fall out. I'll make this short. What happened was, Stumpy, poor Stevie, he died. Not ever really getting the opportunity that we deserve. Another act named Martin Lewis, Adams and Custom, had taken over our routines. And Jerry emulated doing stuff. When we were playing in the mountains in the Catskills, and stuff, and how we saw us up there doing Yiddish. Jerry Lewis is a busboy, and he loves stuff, and he brought me out, take it back, anything. There was a ruse. He was trying to find out what Jimmy was doing. So the clothes that he could get was what he was doing. So he follows around, and he learned Stump's mannerisms with the opportunities being there where they were. Sure, he's going to take that and run with it, and we're going to go down. So that's what happened. So Stump and I did a few things. A lot of important things that no one wants to know about or even talk about. We integrated Las Vegas, the first nightclub casino called the Moulin Rouge, 1954. Here is the chip I have. And the moolah was not the
Wow.
fault. Stumpy. The next time was Duke Ellington at the Riviera. We integrated all Las Vegas, Nevada. Stumpy and I were an integral part of that with Duke Ellington. So we did the great show Jump for Joy. As you heard, only child, cotton was out of style. Jump for joy, jump for joy, jump for joy. Don't you grieve, little eagle, on this day I do believe all the saints have been filled. Jump for joy. I'm doing it like John W. Bowles, because that's what he taught me. How to sing a song, how to deliver a lyric, and get the story over. Never mind all that other stuff. Get the story over. Get the picture. So when I sang Jump for Joy, Duke Ellington said, stop, somebody got to do this. And Harold the Sophisticate will sing this song. And you heard, and it's all do with the British idea, man. You shall be Noel Coward and no Barbara and McNair shall be Gertrude Lawrence, of course. You know? And we did a wonderful British number. Surprisingly enough, you know. But there were not surprises. Anyone that knew anything about history, sure, why shouldn't we speak with the dialect? Because if that's where you come from. What are we going to say? Yes, suppose, and no suppose, and all that? Maybe we do in another language. So it takes on another feeling, another meaning. So anyway, that's what happened with Stumpy. We start going down and down and down. We weren't doing anything. I had all these children, 4, trying to send them off to college. It's a mess. That's another opus in my life. So my first wife, not having opportunity to have anything, but she finally made money with Stumpy and I. She couldn't deal with it. So she became an alcoholic and she passed away. Never realized my dreams. She took the money and had a lot of fun with it. And we didn't have any money in the case, so we were battling down. The opportunities were minimized. But we were still the great performers. We could do anybody's act that we did. We could do any kind of song. We could talk about it, dancing, which we did. We went over to London. The Palladium did the same thing there. It's another opus in my life. And all these wonderful opus, but we never received awards. No kind of award. Oh, those guys do a great, yeah. You know? And me and those guys, you know what? Stumpy and I, that's what we used to do. Get out of here, kid. You ever did. We played the Copacabana. And the fellow said that, oh, the Copacabana. A guy I worked with in 1940-something, 30-something, owning the Kit Kat Club with the mobster that came from where I lived, Hell's Kitchen, ran the club. And Stumpy, and we were there doing our show with Phil Silvers on the bill headline. Guy says, you're doing Martin Lewis and back. That's the truth. So I said, Mr. Podell, whom I know, from the west side where we came from, Hell's Kitchen, cool. You understand what I mean? He's a big guy now, you know what I mean? It's me we're doing is that. They did that last week. Okay, we're doing is that. But we performed with those swimmers anyway. But that's the way it went. It's like Scott Joplin writing his rags and everything, or classical music for that matter. What's rag? It was great music. Oh, he wants this rag. Scott Joplin.